So now we're at the top 5, and on my number 5 is KAMIGAM no ASOBI. Of course, it had to be in my top 5. I actually wanted to put it a little higher, but then again I was like, this is kind of like a guilty pleasure for me, and you know, it had its ups and downs, but for me I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. Like this was my first reverse harem that I ever watched, so this was kind of new to me. Then again, it was like Pretty Gods and all that stuff, Sailor Moon transformations and all that, and you know, I just really loved the story. I think it was refreshing. It was very funny as well, and it had its dark moments too, and they I don't know, they did it in a very good way, and I just really enjoyed the series for what it was. I wouldn't even mind for getting a second season, because it kind of ends up I don't know, like kind of hinting you for like a second season. So I don't know, this is a very heartwarming series as well, although I wish the main character had a little bit more of development in the story, because it was mainly about the gods, which I don't mind. But you know, if you have the girl who is the main character, she should have like done even more somehow, I think. But then again, I don't really mind. There's also some characters who didn't really have enough development or like screen time, but it can kind of be forgiven because they weren't too important, like Melissa. But then you had Zeus, who was kind of like very important, but you know, they had enough of introduction. It's not like they didn't say anything about them. So I don't know, I just really enjoyed the series. I would watch it again, and yeah, for every girl and even boy, like both of you will like this series. It's just, like I said, like refreshing and very funny to me. On number 4 we have BOKURAWA MINNA KAWAISOU, and this is just a very funny anime and very lighthearted, and just I love this series. It kind of made me think about Bad Girl of Sakura in a way, and I do really like those kind of slice of life, romance, comedy kind of series, and this one is just one of them that I really enjoyed. And the characters are so lovely. They're very lovable, I'll just say that, and none of them annoys me. There was one of the characters that was very funny and very perverted, but in a very funny way. Like it was not annoying at all, and I liked that a lot. Like every character in the series was just great, and that's what I liked about it. They gave everything enough screen time as well. I think they maybe not had enough like development, some of them, but then again I'm not really bothered by that, because it was more about the two main characters, and I do think that they would have been closer. But you know, I'm very satisfied with how it ended, and it's just a series that I recommend to everyone, especially now like in the summer or in the spring. It's like a perfect series to watch. On number 3 we have SELECTOR Infected WIXOSS, and this is one of the anime from this season that really surprised me. I didn't think it would be this dark. I didn't think the story would end like this, and we already have a second season announced for this one, which I'm very happy about. And I just really enjoyed this anime. It had a lot of plot twists that I really like. Like I said, it's very dark and you wouldn't think it is, so it kind of had like a Madoka feeling to it, which I really like, because Madoka is like one of my top 5 anime that I've ever seen and that I, you know, really love. And that's it. So you know, I recommend the series fully to everyone, and I can't wait for the second season, because it kind of ends up with a cliffhanger. But then again, we had a lot of like stuff explained already, which I'm happy about. It didn't really feel that they rushed the whole series for me, so that is a good thing. And for the second season, I'm just thinking that it will maybe get even better, so I'm just hoping for that. With this series, sometimes like some characters might annoy you though, but that kind of depends on what kind of person you are. So I don't know, for me it didn't really bother me that some of them were like sometimes annoying and not knowing what they want, but it kind of like follows up the story. It kind of had to be in there to like do more plot twists and do like make it more interesting. So nevertheless, like I really like this series. Then on number 2 is the anime that surprised me the most, which is SIDONIANO KISHI. I know not too much people checked out this anime, but I do really recommend it, because I mean, it's kind of like underrated, I guess, but it's also an anime with like, it has to do with like space and, you know, fighting and like surviving, and it has mecha in it, and I'm usually not really a fan of mecha and like space and all that stuff, not at all. So when I watched the first episodes, I wasn't really too interested in it, but it did have a very interesting story to it, so I was like, maybe there's like hope for this, for it to be better, and it did, and it had a lot of plot twists as well, and just like the surviving thing about it was like very entertaining. All what happened, I was like, wow, this has really happened. Like, I don't know, like this, it's so much stuff that happened in the anime that I didn't expect to happen, and that is what I like. They kind of surprised me with everything. Although the animation is kind of special and different, that kind of annoys me at first, because I was like, what is this, kind of weird, but then you kind of get used to it. But yeah, SIDONIANO KISHI, I will be talking about that anime in a separate video as well, because like I said, I do really recommend this anime to other people who have not seen it before. So I will kind of like make a review about it in like a short video for you guys, so you can look forward to that. Then on number 1 we have, of course, No Game No Life. I think this is not really a surprise to you people, because I made it very clear that I really like this anime, like other people as well. It would probably be in top 5s of other people, I'm pretty sure about that. It's already ranked pretty high on my anime list as well. I think it was like 26 already, so, and it just ended, so that says a lot about the anime. I just like the animation and the comedy, even the ecchi that they show, although it's censored. I really like that as well, and I'm normally kind of like disturbed about that, but for this one I didn't mind at all. It was just very funny how they handled it, so it was like classy. And yeah, you know, I just love the story as well. The story is just very, I would say, you know, it's like about games and all that stuff. So there's been a lot of anime about games lately, but this one is an original story, I think. And just the 2 main characters, that's original for me as well, because I've never seen a team with those two, like those 2 main characters, that it's just perfect. They work perfectly together. They are so smart, and they handle everything so perfectly as well. Stuff that you wouldn't like even think of. And the games are very entertaining, even though you don't really get them all the time, because, you know, chess and all that stuff, I'm not really interested in that. And just the animation for when they are fighting and like playing the games, and even like thinking about that, and like the speeches are like very cool as well. There's just so much stuff about No Game No Life that I love, and I just want to share it with all of you. But then again, I don't have too much time to talk about it in this video, so I just really recommend the series to everyone. The characters are also very lovely, especially the main ones, and like the people who help fighting with them later on, and the plot twists are like cool, and they do have a lot of cliffhangers, but that is okay with me because, you know, it keeps you at the end of your seat and it keeps you excited for the next episode. So it's very addicting, I would say. So I would probably watch this anime over and over again, and it's only 12 episodes, so I mean, why not? And we can just hope for a second season, because it kind of ends up with a cliffhanger, and it wasn't that big of a cliffhanger that I thought it would be, but it's still a cliffhanger, so you kind of want to see a second season, and I'm really hoping that will happen, because there's not an announcement yet for a second season, so we can only hope for that to be there very soon, like we had with the other anime that already have like second seasons. So yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what your top 5 or top 10 is of the spring season. And now we can just look forward to the summer season, and I'm really excited for that one. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon. Bye.